Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Let's go ahead and have some more fun trying to figure out what's going on in Shoutown on Brawl. Alright, so where we left off last time, it was getting to be around lunchtime. You've already had one night of your mission here. Let me go ahead and bring the viewers over to the appropriate map. And let's go ahead and have our introductions again.
Hi, I'm Lance Corporal Higgimus, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miak, a human fighter.
I play Levalithana, wild mage, an elven wild mage who is actually high at the moment.
I'm Yeldan Sharpeye, playing an elven ranger.
I'm James. I'm playing Ockar, human paladin.
Hi, I'm Lafdul. I am playing a mischiefmaker, a thief of Everin Elysier. Also a mean elf.
Alright, we were, I think everyone except for Yeldan was getting back for lunchtime at the Mashta residence.
Yep, I'm doing research. So I won't probably be doing much until the nighttime comes around.
Okay. Alright, so, you all get back in time for, you know, some of you getting back just as Jundo's arriving. Others have, you know, got back perhaps a little bit earlier, that sort of thing. And you can see that a fairly large meal has been prepared. Jundo and Homiko are going to be dining in the chamber back there. Some food has been prepared for you as well, but you'll be, you know, eating down here while the servants, you know, do their thing and everything like that. As everything is, you know, getting ready, you notice that Homiko isn't looking quite as radiant as she did when you saw her in the morning. And it looks like I need to take care of some Twitch chat again.
We only have 4 days left, right?
Yes.
Just
Yeah,
double
was-
checking.
We slept
Updated my
one
note.
night.
I'm sorry?
It was 5 days yesterday, so it's 4 days today.
Yeah, I was just double checking because I was updating my notes.
Okay. Yeah, so Homiko, she's not looking as radiant as she was last time. She it's like her hair doesn't seem quite as glossy anymore. She doesn't have the same you know, vigor in her skin. But you know, you're not really interacting with her right now. If you wanted to, you know, try and do something, go ahead.
Yep, I'd like to invite her to drink a cup of tea.
She's a little bit busy, you know, checking on the food and everything like that. She seems to be complaining a little bit more than she seemed to in the morning. You know, little things aren't quite right. You know, and you're kind of not able to actually interact with her. Like, in order to invite her to tea.
Can I
have a
focus on
question.
her and attempt to do detect evil intent just in case?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to know if I can cast a spell, but I don't know how apparent it will be.
What about detect magic? Do I still have one?
I believe you used both of yours up.
Yeah, I used both yours. I've still got one. I want to use Detect Charm first. Actually, I can cast... Even though Ockar's got a Detect Evil intent, I've got Detect Evil that I don't actually have to cast on her. I just have to have cast it somewhere.
Yeah, you can cast it in another room. And Ockar, you stand to the side and focus and concentrate. You're not detecting any evil intent coming from her.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
And Lafdul, you wanted to cast your Detect Charm spell?
Would I be able to cast it? Because this is a...
It's got a duration. You could cast it in the other room and then come in, if I remember
correctly.
correctly.
I thought it was used on someone.
Let's see.
The creature rolls a saving throw versus spell.
That's a priest spell?
Yes, but it has a duration of 1 turn.
Alright, so I can
So you cast it and then
look
you
around
focus
the room.
on... Yeah, and then you focus on...
Alright, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, let's see.
Hopefully they're not under the effects of undetectable charm if they are charmed. Kind of negates the whole point of this.
Okay. Just double check to see exactly what it would be rolled.
I'm only level 3, so it's 15% if there's anything. Not if I get the extra.
That's true. Okay.
Out of curiosity,
yeah.
Even regardless, the roll is going to happen. Is there any way to influence that percentage, like with another spell? I'm just curious.
Something that would increase your effective casting level. There are a few spells out there like that. But I can't think of one offhand. Draw upon Holy Might would not. Or whatever that one is.
Call upon faith.
Yeah, that one. I get those two mixed up all the time.
Alright, fair enough. That was all.
Okay, yes, you do get the vague sense that there is a charm spell in effect on her.
Well, Lafdul, I think I remember giving you the spell magic scroll last time.
That would be very obvious.
Yeah.
It would be like as if we were attacking them and then we'd have to settle them down. We don't even know if it'd work. And that's a lot of money you're just going to throw away if you're not absolutely certain it'll work. But I'm not against the idea, but I'm not exactly...
We'd have to
for
talk
either.
the father into it. Let's wait until after the meal and then we talk to him afterwards.
No, she's under the effect. Would I have time to cast another spell?
Well, before you do that, are there any other...
My parents are asking for, or calling for...
before you do that, if there's anyone else that you want to check, because you can check up to 10 people. Well, I'll say 9. I'll say 9 because you cast it out in the other room first.
You can check
father?
the servant too.
Yeah, I'll check all the people we've talked to if we can, whoever is available.
Okay, so you're going to basically check the household. Everyone in the household.
Not just like the random hireling servant that's just been hired for the day. Not anyone like that.
Well, that's you guys.
We've been hired for 3 days. Oh, wow. Something like that. Got all the named NPCs, basically.
Let's see. Rolling saving throws for them all.
Same for negates.
You don't detect any charm spells on any of the other members of the household.
Hmm.
I noticed that Yeldan's both muted and.
He's not here though.
Ah.
He's researching. So. Oh yeah, he should still listen.
He will be listening. He's just got himself on put to talk.
No, but he's got his sound muted
Well,
entirely.
It's up to him. All right. So, what other spell were you thinking of casting?
Detect evil.
Okay. Let me see if that's going to be what that information would be. Because I think some of these detection spells may do some additional things.
This one detects for cursed items as well. If it's a initiative thing, I think.
So it detects things in an area effect around you?
I'm reading. I'm looking at it. Some of them can detect magical effects as well, and I couldn't remember if this is one. Okay. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any saving throw or anything like that.
No.
Now this is very obvious because you do hold your holy symbol in front of you.
Hang on, what is my holy symbol? That's just very important.
I don't know.
It might be something not very obvious.
What do you think you last stole? You can make this stuff up every single time, or at some point you can make a table if you want and roll on it.
I'm just looking around the room. A comb.
Okay. So you have a small Kindori bone comb that you hold in front of you, if that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get.
I looked at Ockar as like, back me up with some religious reason.
It's part of his culture. Before every meal, he has to have his comb in his hand.
Hold on a second. It's a comb. It doesn't look like a holy symbol to most other people.
Oh, true. So
yeah,
I don't see a problem.
I would say that it's a holy symbol of my deity. I just wave it in front of me,
Well,
You forgot to...
you have to. You present it forward, and it's like you concentrate through it, not like directly looking at it. But
Checking his makeup.
It's basically you're standing there, scanning the room by looking over a whalebone comb. You don't have to say anything, because I haven't said that anyone asked anything yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what you look like. You
That's
get
fine.
very, very strange looks from everyone. No one asks you anything, because you are an elf. They are not terribly familiar with elves.
Well, Leva would definitely say
No one's
something
asking. No one's saying anything, though. They're just giving him odd looks.
So no reason to bring anything up.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
Nah.
Okay. Okay. So at that point, the lunch is ready, and Jundo and Homiko retire to the dining chamber to eat alone. You're kind of, encouraged to leave the kitchen area, anyone who was in there, which I will say that there could really only be like a couple in there at any one time, which basically means Lafdul and Ockar primarily, because they were both doing things.
Okay.
Just to stay out of, having 6 people in there, well, 5 people in there would have been a little bit much.
Mm-hmm.
So how could he have checked all of them?
Well, they're in there. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, they're
just got this
priest
priest in the back of the room,
in and out. But Ockar and Lafdul were basically just standing in the corner out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you don't detect any evil emanations from anything, persons or items that you can see while scanning the room.
I was also thinking, I haven't done this. This is kind of like hindsight retros. No, it's just hindsight. I was also thinking about casting. Well, it's not. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I was also thinking about casting Detect Good, because that way, if I knew that they were good, normally, well, actually, I'd need 2 castings.
You would have needed to memorize a second one. And
Yeah. No, it's just a thought, a random anecdote, I suppose.
You could try that the next day.
Yeah.
We don't have that many days left.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a spell.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It was literally just a random thought.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to do? You've noticed a subtle change in Homiko since you saw her in the morning, as I described. But then they retired to the dining chamber.
Is she
Maybe
wearing
we
any
could
of that
talk
jewelry?
to the dad while Homiko's in the dining chamber.
She is wearing some of the jewelry. She's wearing the ring, she's wearing the earrings, and she is wearing the new kimono.
Braxton's gonna pop outside, walk around the house, and see if it looks like anyone's opened any windows or anything.
Was it the kimono that could have been magical?
The kimono was not magical.
Okay.
All right, Braxton, you walk around the outside of the house. The window in the dining chamber is closed, so you can't really hear what's going on without getting right up to it. The window in Noblan's chamber is open, just a crack though. Homiko's window is closed, and the windows in the chambers that you were using, it's entirely up to you whether they're open or closed. They're in whatever state you last saw them in. So
yeah.
And
any footprints or anything?
Hold on a quick second. Ockar, you had a question, and I missed exactly what it was.
Where's the father right now?
He was, kind of coming into the kitchen and going out, just to, make sure that everything was going okay, without actually interfering, since he's not a cook or anything like that. He is retired to his chamber to, he's actually going to be in this chamber here, the one just next to his room, going over some books and stuff like that.
We should probably tell him about the... Well, has Lafdul told us about the charm effect he's detected?
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, if I would have come up with... Well, are we allowed to do a little bit of retrospect?
No, because this is basically all just happening at one time right now.
And no, I haven't told him.
I guess first it has to ask Lafdul if he detected anything, and then once he tells me whatever he found out, we'll go talk to the father and discuss options.
Okay. Braxon, while you're out there, you don't see any new footprints, but you're also not a tracker, so...
Okay, cool.
If there's anything there that might be difficult to notice, there's nothing obvious, I'll put it that way.
Okay, so Braxton comes back inside.
Yeah. Alright, so now while the lunch is going on, you can discuss things amongst yourselves.
Did you detect anything, Lafdul?
Yeah, I did. She appears to be under some kind of influence, some magical charm.
We should probably bring this up to her father and discuss having that removed.
Yes, we should. I was also thinking that I might need another. Wow, I might need another casting of it to cast it in the morning to see if it's something that she does, or something in the room that's causing it. Because she didn't appear this way this morning.
Of the spell magic or detect charm?
We only detected charm magic from her, but we weren't certain that she was under the effects of a charm spell. I don't know. She might be. She might always be under the effects and might only just occur at certain times, but I don't know.
Well, we detected magic from her earlier as well. At least Leva did.
Keep in mind that lay people don't really know a whole lot about magic other than it exists and can do all kinds of weird things and stuff like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. You know, if you start saying, oh yeah, she's under a charm spell, people might not really understand exactly what that entails.
She's under the influence of something. Like
Remember
possession.
how he reacted this morning when Leva found out that she's under the influence of magic. He said, oh yes, it's a spirit. Well, he knows it's a spirit. He's convinced that it's a spirit, so the only thing we're doing is enforcing that belief.
No, but we can tell them that we have a method to possibly dispel it. With the scroll. I bought a
we
scroll.
ready?
Yeah, we don't. I'm not entirely convinced about that.
How certain are we that it will work?
I'm mostly certain. If it doesn't work, then it's possibly a curse.
But I would rather use it as a last resort because you're throwing away a lot of money.
I already paid the money. It's my money. I don't care what we do with it.
Let me see. What did I get from what's her name? Mayobaba?
You got some powder that you're supposed to sprinkle on a mirror.
I've also got the mind read spell. Actually, I need to use it at some point.
I would think that if there really is something behind that powder, it probably would also work more than just a few seconds. So I could probably sprinkle it on the mirror and then walk around.
You can certainly try. You can try some different things. Do you actually have a mirror?
I have a mirror. She wants to borrow mine. It's that copper one I had from ages ago. I never got rid of it. Oh no, I got a silver one for my sanctuary spell. I just lended that one.
Let me have a look. I don't have a mirror unless it's for a spell ingredient, which I didn't. No, I don't have a mirror. So yes, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I give it to her.
Okay. Now, if you want to think about the dispel magic, you can roll a spellcraft proficiency check. That'll, that's the kind of thing that you would
be
use.
me.
Well, yes, I understand that, but that's the kind of thing that the spellcraft proficiency is good for.
Yeah.
I'm still high, am I not?
You are still euphoric. Yes.
Euphoric.
Still euphoric.
Okay. So I think everybody else should try this tea too.
No.
You don't know how their culture. Does anyone? No one knows. Actually, would Ockar know a local history to know if their culture, how their culture deals with it, that kind of thing?
Well, let me put it this way: drugs and narcotics aren't exactly a controlled substance in this culture. Not just in Shou Town, but in Brawl in general. I mean, there's certainly going to be some things that are illegal and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
I mean, it's
Doesn't it?
tea that makes you feel good. This is how you should think of it.
Hmm.
Still, no.
Nah. Did they
Hey.
notice that I was different? Yes, they did look at. They did notice that I'm different.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Well, if I feel so good, then I'll be at least as long as I still feel so good, I'll be very motivated to have the others try it too. Hey, it makes you feel really good. Come on, try it.
Well, I mean, you'd actually have to brew the tea. I mean, if
And
you
they
want to
already
brew the
having
tea
tea.
and then give it to the other offer it to the other party members, you could do that.
Actually, why not? It's just about lunchtime,
Okay.
and a cup of tea to
Uh-oh.
finish lunch.
Okay. Well, you have to
Can I
brew
do it?
you have to brew the whole thing in a pot.
Hmm.
How much did I actually buy from her?
Enough for a pot.
A pot. Okay. We can always go back and get more than one pot.
Someone's already addicted.
If you say that to Leva, she'll say, nah. It just makes you feel good.
Okay. You ask Komoe if you can brew up some tea for the rest of your companions. She lets you do so. While you're in the kitchen, you can hear that voices are raised slightly in the dining chamber, but you can't really make out what's actually being said.
Okay. I mean, I don't. There's no way we can. Well, we can put our. Can we go to the door and listen?
If you want to be incredibly obvious about it.
You're in a room with servants.
Who else is in the kitchen with us?
Komoe is right now. The panel into where Nobuan and Taisuke are is open, so they can see what's going on in the kitchen. They're going over some books. Etsuki is not in here, but Otio is as well, helping out Komoe.
Okay, so explain to me carefully what exactly the effects of this drug are, of the tea are, that I actually took. If it's just feeling good, or has it other influences like lowering?
You don't know those yet. You
He's
won't know
gonna wait
until
until-
you don't know what the effects are until they actually occur.
No,
Oh, I get that feeling our GM's gonna love this.
well, the reason why I'm asking is there are definitely drugs around that if Leva was in the mood to actually listen at the door, she wouldn't give a damn about. She wouldn't care what the others actually thought, so she'd just go to the door and listen.
Well, I mean,
On the spur of a moment, she'd think, "Oh, what are they talking about?" And not only would she listen at the door, she might easily open the door and walk into the other room.
well,
That's why I'm asking.
the effects are that you feel euphoric. If that's the kind of thing that you think Leva would do when she's feeling euphoric, then go ahead and go with that. But I'm not dictating those kinds of things to your character. That's up to you.
Uh-oh.
She might go and listen at the door, but sort of casually try and walk by the door and stand still, sort of thing.
Okay, Como is bustling around the kitchen, and she starts out by giving you a rather dirty look as you are standing clearly in her way. as you're trying to listen. You can still hear the voices are raised, but you can't really make out what's being said.
What a pity.
But you're also not putting your ear against the door. You're doing this while your tea is brewing.
I look at... God, what's her name? The cook?
Come away.
Come away. And I'm thinking about putting my ear against the door, and I look at her and I see the dirty look she gives me, and I sort of go, oh, well, okay. And I walk away.
Okay. All right, it takes a few more minutes for your tea to brew, but then it's ready. You can take it back to the rest of the party members and offer it to them.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Does anyone else want to partake?
Smell this tea, it's good.
Lafdul wants to, but he doesn't sure how it would affect his spellcasting.
Braxon won't because he's on duty.
Do we know what this tea does?
It makes you feel good.
Makes you feel good.
Makes you look like clever. I jest. How people interpret that, you know.
You mean it turns you into an elf?
Maybe.
Or into a female.
I'll pass.
I can just see the Giff, a Giff female.
It's made from leaves, Higgimus.
Yeah, but I don't want anything that might impair my abilities.
Who says it impairs your abilities?
I don't know. Eyes look kind of watery.
Lafdul shrugs, he takes a cupful and downs it.
Okay. You're feeling quite euphoric now as well?
Lafdul mentions to Leva, this is good stuff.
It is, isn't it? Yum yum.
So we try to... Lafdul's also going to start picking Higgimus and Braxon. It's like, come on, try some.
Isn't Ockar there too? Come on, Ockar, you should try some too.
Yeah, you got no chance against him. Yeah, Lafdul mutters something into his breath.
Doesn't sound like anyone else is interested.
Lafdul, we should really make a test to see whether it impairs spellcasting. Do you have any spells left?
I have mind read, which depends how long's the dinner still going on for before we're allowed to interact with them, I suppose, for lack of a better way of explaining it.
You don't really know. I mean, it's not like scheduled.
Oh, how long has it been? How long does it normally last then?
At this point, it's been maybe a total of 15 minutes since they actually went in there and started eating and everything like that.
Does it normally last like half an hour to an hour, vaguely?
You don't know?
Hang on. Let me just check see how long it takes to cast. Cast time of 2, so that's 2 minutes.
No, if it's just 2, that's an initiative modifier of 2. It's not an actual amount of time. It's less than 1 round, 1 minute.
Yeah, rounds are minutes, aren't they?
Yep.
So it only lasts 3 minutes.
Maybe.
I would have to cast it when they're leaving us, or when we're able to interact, just before.
You could cast it and read the minds of Edske and the others.
I would, yes. Well, it's only surface faults. It's more beneficial if it's used on Homiko herself. That's primarily who I want to get, and anyone else is just a bonus to me.
Maybe Maybe you should give Homiko some of the tea before you use the spell on her.
I don't know if they would even.
I think that's a very good idea. I think anybody else that wants a cup of tea? Because if not, I'll take it back into the kitchen and tell what's her name, Conway, to bring
Get
it
high.
into the others. No, to bring it into the others as a present.
All right, so you're gonna ask Komwe to take it into the lunch.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, she gives you a dirty look and says flatly, "No, I don't know what that tea is, but that is not the tea that my lady likes."
Where's Etsuke?
Not in the kitchen. You can go looking for her if you want.
And let's see. You said who is in here?
That's where Master Nobuan and Taisuke are.
Ooh, it's a bit of a long shot, but I might have an. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I could change shape, change self into the servant and deliver the tea myself, but you'd have to distract her, and this could go terribly. It's just an idea. This would be more in his own dogma, but his priest would actually do something like this.
Is there a way? Is there direct entrance to here from the kitchen?
Direct entrance to where? Sorry, I didn't see you ping.
To here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, all of those double-line walls, those are all movable panels.
Okay, so we could, in theory, disturb the father and ask him whether we could present the tea to the others.
You could certainly ask. Do you want to ask?
I'm just trying to think it through. I mean, as far as...
You might be able to present it in such a way that if you were convinced, and you could convince him that this tea might be able to loosen the effects of a charm, because if it's a possession, the possessor might not be able to possess someone if they're under the influence of something. You know, they might just find it hard. You could argue it like that, for example.
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea. Yes, let's disturb him.
Okay. Well, how are you going to do this? The panel is open, so Taisuke and Nobuan are sitting on cushions around a low table, quietly discussing financial matters.
Taisuke.
He's the guard assistant guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hang on. Out of curiosity, Odd, would I know how to make a purgative, so to speak, for this? So if I needed to, I could wipe the effects.
You don't even know exactly what it is.
Could I?
Would I recognize it? I just realized I had herbalism. Would I recognize the leaves?
Yeah, I've got herbalism as well, and healing.
Well, you've already brewed it.
Well, the leaves are still there.
As post-brewed,
Yes.
leaves, you can try.
She could tell me what it was. She might recognize the herbs.
I try and recognize them, so they are already cooked.
All right, go ahead and roll me a proficiency check.
Are we doing this together? Couldn't I not join her?
Nope, she's doing this. She's doing this, she asked. And she's the one that brewed them.
Out of... That's intelligence, isn't it?
That's nothing. That's just a D20.
Well, what score do you need?
Yeah. Yeah, it's based off
Oh, here we
intelligence
are.
-2.
Well, I'm taking the 12.
Yeah.
12 -2, so 10 to our 18 intellect.
Unfortunately, you do not recognize what they are.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm. Don't know. Well,
I mean, Lafdul, if you want to make something that causes people to vomit, it might work. That's something you
I know
could
it's
try.
not harmful because I've ingested it, but
We tested it. So we tested it, especially so she wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to, and we are still alive, and we are not poisoned, and we are feeling good.
we just have to explain that it'll wear off after a period of time. But she's got plans for the evening, though, isn't she?
Yeah, after lunch, they're going shopping.
Yeah, we won't be able to do it. It would cause more problems than.
Not necessarily. Neither you nor I have gone over the top.
Oh, I mean, if you want to make the offer, you gotta go.
Yes.
How are you gonna do it?
I talked to him. I say this is a tea that might relax your daughter a little bit when she's in such a state. It may actually get rid of some of the magic she has cast on her, and we tried it before, Lafdul and I, and we are still alive. And the only effect we are feeling at the moment is that it feels good.
Well, the hope is that it'll if we know she's under a magical influence.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to determine whether or not if she's under the influence of some kind of. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say it's a narcotic, but the idea is that
You don't know what the word narcotic means.
whatever translate, good feel good drink. The idea is the possessor won't be able. If she's under possession, she would not be able. No, the possessor would not be able to control her properly if she's being controlled, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She should appear a lot more happier.
And both of us are smiling happily as we tell it.
Wow, don't come off like we're some kind of 2p druggy.
So Nobuan and Taisuke are surprised and perhaps a little bit annoyed at your sudden interruption of them, doing some financial work related to his business.
Lafdul apologizes for the interruption. He thought it was important.
We also tell him that this tea comes from Maya Baba. And it's not a fake.
It looked like he was considering your request, but at hearing the name Mayo Baba, looks like he gets kind of an angry look on his face, and he says flat out, "No, unless you can ask her directly at some other point, but I'm not going to tell her to drink that."
You do realize Mayo Baba is an expert in these things. And if she...
Mayo Baba is a crazy old hag. Should not be listening to her.
I look at Lafdul and I pull up my eyebrows and I go, what do you think?
I've not met her, so it's a little hard for me to defend you on that.
Well, she's a crazy old hag, but she's a very interesting one. She knows a lot.
Well, when you say crazy, there are basically Lafdul's gonna attempt to convince him that there is a price to pay for knowledge, and that sometimes your mental faculties will fail at the cost of such knowledge. So Lafdul's like, she might appear to be crazy, but doesn't mean she's necessarily wrong.
I whispered to Lafdul and I say, she's definitely mad, crazy.
Well,
She looks like
that's not in dispute, but it's whether or not she's not fabricating lies, as far as we can tell.
No, she's not lying. She's just crazy.
What's your
yeah.
charisma?
Mine's 15.
No, your reaction adjustment. Sorry,
Plus 3.
3. All right.
Yeah. Lafdul's just basically like, he's trying to say, you know, how this is a way of giving us more information, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We got more to work with.
His expression seems to soften a little bit, but he still shakes his head and says, "You're welcome to offer to her at a later date, but I'm not going to tell her to drink that."
What a pity. Okay.
I shrug. I don't know what else to say. What?
All right. Well, it sounds like the dinner. I mean, the lunch is wrapping up now. As you're finishing up with Nobuon, the panel slides open in the dining chamber, and Jundo steps out. He looks, you'd guess sad.
I approached Jindo and I asked him the same question I just asked.
He waves you away.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, as you're coming up, he waves you away. He looks at Komoe and says, "We're done. Homiko's going to get changed, and then she'll be ready for her trip." And he starts to make his way out.
He never got that real spell kissed, but yeah. That's probably what they were arguing.
Yeah, he if you want to like try and catch him like maybe outside or something like that and ask him, you can find out. He did come with some roses. I completely forgot about that entirely, but
Well, he just basically the opportunity never presented itself.
Well, you can ask him.
Cause? Yeah, I'd ask him.
Okay. Outside, he he definitely look. I mean, it's like a mixture of emotions on his face. He says, I asked her. She
Yes, I would. She was definitely under the influence of something. She looks. There was definitely magical an influence on her. That
so
might
it
have
is the
been the
spirit's
reason.
curse.
I don't know specifically that it is a spirit. Something has influenced her, and that might be the reason why she suddenly had a change of mood. She's definitely not like this morning. She's changed. Yeah, would Lafdul know this actually? Because Lafdul's not been in the room that much.
Well, I mean,
I've picked up bits and pieces of
Yeah.
the heated argument and stuff, so I'm guessing.
Well, it wasn't like I mean, you could hear raised voices. Whether it was a heated argument or not is.
I would ask. Is it Etsky? Sorry.
Yeah, Etsky.
If he could try again in the morning, because that's when she's in a really, really good mood. And she'd be, maybe the possessor is aware of what I'm trying to do.
You're going to ask Etsky to do that in the...
Yeah, in the morning, like a romantic gesture, so to speak. She seems like in a really good mood in the morning, so.
Okay. Etsky is not available for you to ask right now, but you can try asking her later.
Well, I didn't mean... Sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. I meant her fiance.
Oh, Jundo. Yeah. That's a bit different.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's who I meant.
Well, actually, I mean, I think that your idea of asking Etsuki is a better idea since Jundo doesn't live here.
Yeah, thing is, I assume he's still trying to romance her, and it's not necessarily a long shot.
You don't come in the mornings. You come when your fiance is well groomed and made up and looks good.
It depends how. Is this like extremely formal?
It's reasonably formal.
Traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite traditional.
Yeah.
Leva, by the way, is taking her pot of tea and walks into the room where...
Lafdul will make a note of what roses he's got, and you will ask him where he bought them from. Yeah, I might be able to convince Homike. Was it Etsuki? Sorry, I'm getting
Etsuki is the servant.
Etsuki to kiss Rose, so to speak.
Yeah, he tells you where they are. You can get a bouquet for 10 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
He apologizes for not being able to fulfill your request, and then he takes his leave and returns to his father's restaurant.
I tell him not to give up, and we'll try our best to rid your fiance of this curse.
I certainly do hope so. All right, Leva, you were going to do something?
Yes, Leva is still euphoric enough to think that she can succeed with just a moment. Homiko, and where she didn't with the others. So she takes her tea and walks into the room.
Which room?
The one where Homiko is. They ate here.
Yeah.
So is she still in there, or did she go back into this room?
Well, you can walk in that room and find out.
So I do that. I walk in that room, and well, how does she react?
Well, she's not in the dining chamber, and the panels to her room are closed. Otio and Komoe are clearing the table as you enter.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way, how do they do it, that they don't knock? They scratch, don't they?
You don't know.
Well, to make themselves known in front of the quote door.
You don't know their culture.
I asked Komoe, how do you knock? Do you scratch on the paper, or what do you do?
She says either is fine. Most Westerners just knock. I've never actually been asked that before.
I thank you, and I turn around and I knock at the panel.
It slides open a fraction, and Etsuki pops her head out. Yes.
It's good. I have some tea here that makes people feel good. I think Homiko should drink some. It will make her feel better. Less stressed, and it will make her feel better.
I'll offer it to her. You're gonna hand her the pot.
I hand her the pot.
What's left? All right.
What's left, and the cup, so she can actually drink it.
They would have their own, I assume.
It is cool. It is nowhere near as warm as it was when you made it. Just FYI. It's not hot anymore.
Well, I don't care whether it's hot or cold.
That could be considered insulting, because if she's got servants, then, it's a culture to expect something to be as intended, fit for purpose. I mean,
I whispered to Etsuki, you may want to reheat it. Oh, God.
She's.
Oh, okay. I'll see if she wants any. She takes the pot from you and slides the panel closed.
Okay.
Are you gonna just stand there waiting, or what?
Well, no, I can't. I can't force her to drink it, can I? If she doesn't want it, then she doesn't want it. If she drinks it, it's good. And if she didn't drink it, then I have to live with that.
Okay.
If I wanted to force it, I would have. I would have forced my way into the room.
Uh-oh.
All right. You hear a clatter and a splash, and
That didn't go well.
a shout.
That went really well. Yes. Okay.
You might want to save the maidservant. You know.
So, because of that, it takes them longer to get ready. But then Etsuki and Homiko come out. They're dressed in more
As they're
kind of
doing
workaday clothes. The kinds of things that they're good looking, but not very high quality fabric, that sort of thing. It's clearly intended for going out and potentially getting dirt and dust and stuff like that. They still look nice and everything like that, but they're more they're more durable materials than the stuff that would
Travel
be
wear.
worn around the house for formal events and things like that.
Lafdul really wants to use this mind read on her. Does she still look sullen?
She's actually looking even like
Really
it's not
droopy?
sullen. It's like you'd almost say that the life has gone out of her.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what Lafdul's looking for.
Yeah.
Lafdul mentions to the party that he's got another spell that he wants to try on her.
Don't say
Basically,
on her.
no. Well, not directly on her. I cast it, then I can read like surface thoughts of people. But maybe if she's being influenced by something, there's actually I need to check that. If basically, or the idea is if she's under possession, then I would get the thoughts from the possessor influencing her. Well, that's the idea. But in order for that to happen, someone needs to talk to her to get her to think about the spirit. So the spirit's trying to possess her and not give the spirit away. So don't say this or don't do this, Does anyone get my meaning?
No.
Not quite.
I'm not sure that I do either.
Basically, Lafdul cast a mind read spell. Lafdul will attempt to read her thoughts, and Lafdul is trying to determine whether or not her thoughts are influenced.
Like, if it didn't take me all day to do the research, it'd be a little more easier to do. Because what my character found out is Shou spirits are basically what we call. A lot of them are what we call monsters, not necessarily actual spirits. So possession is not really the case. But you guys don't know that yet.
Yeah. Braxon's had an idea, but we're amongst other people. So he's going to have to wait before he discusses
I
it.
don't know.
Lemo stays in the background, and when Lafdul actually casts his spell, she will try the thing with the powder.
Okay, well, so Etsuki and Homiko come out, and Homiko goes into the room where her father is, gives him a fairly perfunctory kiss on the cheek kind of thing. They exchange a few words quietly, and then they start to make their leave. Now, last session, there was a discussion of who was going to go, kind of as bodyguards type thing. And that was Higgimus and Leva. Is that what you still want to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Lafdul is going to cast a spell, and you're going to try to do this thing with the powder in the mirror.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Lafdul. You cast your spell, and
Mind read, by the way. So
yeah. I'm looking at the description right now. Trying to decide how to describe this. Most of what you get is stuff about Jundo. You're definitely
good or bad.
It's good.
Okay.
She definitely loves him, at least from the surface thoughts. Whether this is, a ploy or something like that, there's no real way for you to tell. But there's that. There's a lot of confusion. There's a whole host of things about the wedding and clothing and things like that. Preparations for the wedding, food, who's going to be sitting where, going through her thoughts. But there is also a name that comes up. Ryuto.